up YouTube? TP Locks here, bringing you guys another video. Yes, today I'm bringing you guys a topic that's very, very special to me. It's a video that, quite honestly, I was looking for when I first decided to get my locks. Today I'm going to be talking about some things that you should know before getting your locks. If you guys are like me, before you try to get your locks, you were looking at Google, you were looking at YouTube, you were looking at, Instagram videos, Instagram pages, trying to get as much information as you possibly could on the journey that you were thinking about embarking on. In this video, I'm just gonna give you a few little tidbits, a few little gems I'm gonna drop. You can pick them up if you want to. you can pick them up if you want to. Hopefully you do pick them up. But I think it'll be tremendously helpful for some of you to kind of get some of this information before, all right? This is gonna be things you should consider before getting dreadlocks. All right, things you should consider before getting locks, all right? Now, this is something that I think is gonna be one of the most impactful first things that you guys should know. I touched on this in prior videos, and I really do think that I should expound on this a lot more for you guys, all right? Now, that first thing is this journey is going to humble you. I say again, this journey is going to humble you. The process of getting locks is a journey that teaches you a lot about humility. It's all about appreciating your hair and yourself in its rawest form. If you're a person that's like me, that was getting haircuts every 2 weeks, or that was getting their hair braided, or was rocking a juicy Jerry curl, I know some of y'all out there, don't lie, with a nice little taper fade, you were actively able to adjust your hair to get it to a state that made you feel the most confident. Anytime you teetered out of that, you were able to get it right back on track. With this lock process, understand that it is a commitment. It's a commitment that, quite honestly, is gonna have you feeling like you're not, looking your best sometimes. It's something that I still deal with, and I'm, a year and some change in the game. It is a process to learn how to fully appreciate that part. It is a process to fully learn how to appreciate your raw form. And I can't help but stress this enough. I know, at least 3 or 4 people now who have talked about starting, locks and have been asking me questions about starting locks. And you'll see, within 3 to 5 months, they're done. They're cutting it and they're getting waved. This is something that, quite honestly, I believe, and I haven't done the statistics, I haven't compiled any data, gotta be one of the #1 causes. It has to be. It's just very, very difficult for people to understand and get to learn, really how to appreciate that lock in that ugly stage. To get through this, make sure that you're utilizing caps, you're utilizing do-rag. If you are at a stage where you can do it and it's not gonna compromise your hair, utilize braid styles, things like that to kind of spice it up. But honestly, the quickest way that you're gonna get over it is just go through that rough patch. Just go through it and just try to find the beauty in that raw form. Try to find the beauty in those buds. Try to find the beauty in that frizz. Because honestly, it's gonna be a part of your journey. It's gonna be a part of your journey for a long time. All right, that's the first thing. Understand that this journey is going to humble you. The second thing that you should understand is that when you get these locks, people's perception of you is going to change. People's perception of you is gonna change. It just is. And I don't wanna project that onto you. I don't wanna make it seem like it's something that you absolutely have to go through. I mean, quite honestly, it's something that may or may not happen. I don't wanna make it sound like it's a guarantee. But in the environments that most of us live and work in, there are not a lot of people with locks. In a lot of different organizations, locks aren't even compliant for you to be able to work in certain companies. So locks have a lot of negative connotation. People think that they're unclean, people think that they're unprofessional, people think that they're associated with, gang relations and just negativity. There's a lot of negativity swirling around locks. So when you do embark on this journey, understand that it could very well possibly change people's, overall outlook of you. People could look at you and see or consider or think that you somehow are less capable to do a job because of your hair. 2019, we are still dealing with those things. It was just recent that California passed a bill just now outlawing hair discrimination. So understand this is a very, very big part of the fabric of America. Even the term dreadlocks is rooted in negativity, dreadful. You know, I'm kind of 50-50 on whether or not I should even call my locks dreadful. They're locks. You know, I call them dreadlocks for the purpose of these videos, but it's unfortunate because though that is the most recognizable term for these locks, it does seem to perpetuate a lot of the negativity that is swirling around our beautiful hair. So just please understand, when you get these locks, people are gonna look at you a completely different way. People are gonna look at you like, some people are gonna remain neutral. They're not gonna really know how to put it, but it's gonna be a completely different look than the hairstyle than you had before. You know, things that are more palatable to people, things that are more, that people can understand, are quite often things that they digest and they can take in a lot better. When people see locks, especially starter locks, it's a lot to grasp. It is a lot to grasp, you know, and it's such an Afrocentric style, you know, quite honestly, it does kind of, you know, create this polarizing effect for people. You will quite often be the only person in the room with locks. And, you know, that comes with a negative perception a lot of the times. And I just want to embrace you guys and prepare you guys, because it doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but you will walk into spaces where it is. And I just want you to understand that. Before you get them, please understand that the perception will change. Now, I said number 1 was probably one of the most important. Number 3, I think it could very well take the cake. It could probably take that number 1 spot. Number 3 is understanding that it is going to take time. All right. Now, I won't say most, but a lot of us, we fell in love with locks because we saw a long mane of locks, a long, beautiful mane of locks, and we were like, yo, I want my hair like that. And we embarked on this journey en route to that. Understand, please, it's gonna take a long time before your hair gets to the place where you're able to rock all the man bun, you're able to rock, you know, take all the perks. The superficial aspects of locks take time. To get that long mane of hair that's just all down your back, it takes time. And I will tell you, honestly, my advice to you, if you're thinking about getting locks, if you're considering getting locks, if the superficial aspect of locks is what's gonna draw you to it, ask yourself this question: is that enough to sustain your journey? If you're doing it for a look and a look alone, is that gonna sustain your journey? There's a lot of people who are trying to grow locks right now simply for the superficial, just so they can get a man bun or a woman bun, or just so they can have hair down their back. And I would question, is that something that's gonna sustain your journey? Because it's a long marathon. It's a long marathon. You gotta go through the button, you gotta go through your locks at its adolescent phase, you gotta go through frizz, you gotta go through itching, you gotta go through thinning, you know, you gotta learn how often you should be retwisting your locks. Okay, so you see the sun just came up, and give me a second. Sorry about that, y'all. You know, I'm in front of a window and I'm trying to, you know, do my thing, and you know, the blinds is being a little played. But anyways, understand, man, that the time, everything is gonna take time. Your locks are going to take time. Don't come into it thinking it's gonna be 1 year in and you just gonna be having that long mane of hair down your back. It could take 3 to 5 years before you're even where you fell in love with in the beginning. So please understand, it's gonna take time. All right. Now, this is something, quite honestly, that I really needed help with in the very beginning. When you're getting your starter locks, you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's normal. You don't know what's not normal. You're constantly Googling, you're constantly researching, trying to find people that are gonna, you know, confirm what you're going through is normal or what, and it drives you crazy. My piece of advice, my 4th piece of advice to you guys that are thinking about starting locks would be embrace the roughness. There are gonna be some things that you're gonna go through, right? Let me first tell you one. Your locks, those comb coils or those interlock locks that you get in the very beginning, maybe not interlock, those are a little different. But if you get comb coils, I can 100% guarantee you that those comb coils are gonna come out. Understand it right now. Just understand that your hair is gonna constantly be unraveling, and then be getting twisted right back up. It's gonna unravel, it's gonna twist right back up. That's all part of the process. I know a lot of us, when we get these locks, you know, we feel like we don't want to tamper with them because we don't ever want them to get rough, and we want them to kind of just be these perfectly manicured things. Understand that that process in the very beginning is just gonna be rough. The problem that most people deal with is that they're afraid to wash it. They're afraid to wash their hair because they're afraid of that stuff coming out. You guys, I'm telling you, it's all normal. Wash your hair, wash your hair, wash your hair. Your locks are gonna come out. They're gonna come out, and that's okay. That water getting into your hair, cleansing your scalp is not only gonna help your hair lock, but it's also gonna help your hair grow, because you don't want your scalp clogged up with all that nasty product and gunk causing that buildup. You're trying to set your foundation the right way. So just in the beginning, please embrace the roughness. Another thing that people often deal with in the very beginning is fearing that their locks are gonna be thin forever. When you start off, your coil is gonna look thin. When I first started out, this lock did not look as thick as it looks right now. It just didn't. It was a it was a cone coil. A cone coil that was probably, you know, smaller than pinky thick, you know, and it is turned into this thick lock. Understand, as you wash your hair, as you continue getting it twisted, as you continue putting your product in, your hair is gonna swell up, it's gonna bud, and it's gonna become that mature lock. Your lock is gonna go through its phases. In that beginning phase, do not be deterred by your locks changing. It's a part of it. Embrace it, embrace that roughness. All right. Now, this fifth thing is extremely important because I think it speaks volumes to just the human character. This is human nature, right? Anytime we start something, what's the first thing we do? We go gung-ho, right? When I started my lock journey, I was trying to get all the Mango Online products. I was trying to get all the Design Essentials products. I was trying to get all the brand new do-rag and satin. I was trying to make sure that I had all the equipment, all the things, because I thought that was just gonna make me I was just gonna have it. I was just gonna have it, and it was just gonna make my locks just be that much cooler, that much nicer, grow that much faster. Understand, man, simplicity is key. Simplicity is key. When it comes down to your locks, you're only talking about some oils, you know, maybe like a conditioning spray, something like a rose water, maybe a tea tree oil, you know, and a shampoo. You're talking about some very, very light products and a regimen that you want to try to cultivate and just establish very, very early. Because what I can tell you, the biggest problem with a lot of people, including me, when we first start out, we don't really know what our regimen is. We don't really know what to do. We're constantly looking for information that tells us what to do and how to do it. And a lot of these people can kind of pull you in different directions and telling you this product is the best and this product is the best. So you'll try, and I still am a victim of that. So you'll be trying all these different things. Understand, less is more and simplicity is key. The products that you use, quite honestly, I would definitely want to make sure that they're natural, but as long as you have a consistent regimen, you're washing your hair, maybe doing ACV rinses every now and then to make sure you're getting rid of that excessive buildup, your hair is going to be just fine. What you will end up doing if you consistently switch up your products and switch up your routines, and you don't establish a consistent regimen, you will harm your hair. You absolutely will harm your hair. If it's not making your hair more itchy, causing more buildup, causing more breakage, damage to your hair with all the things that you're putting into it, it is gonna cause more regression than progression if you are not staying within some sort of consistency. So just understand that less is more. Oil, conditioning spray like rose water, tea tree oil to remedy any itching, you know, a gel and a shampoo. That's it. That's it. Twist your hair once a month, wash your hair twice a month. Simple regimen. All right. That's really honest to God, that is one of those things that is going to drive a lot of people crazy early on. You know, is it Design Essentials or is it Mango Online? Talia Wajid or is it Najutu Bantan? That's not a real thing, but it sounds like it might be fire. Like, just understand less is more. And I'm probably rambling on a little bit, but that's a huge one for me because I was definitely a victim of that. I had 4 different kinds of gels, 4 different kinds of sprays. All the sprays tell you they do the same thing. It's gonna make your hair grow from here to Sierra Leone, and it's gonna make sure that it's conditioned with shine and it's all natural from the earth. It's like, and you see those products with locks on them, and you're like, oh my God, that's the thing I'm missing. That right there is the product I've been missing. And it's just like, it just throws you off track. So yeah, I'm beating a dead horse. Simplicity, that is important. All right. 7th thing. Now I don't know if I even need to keep count at this point, but for the purpose of consistency, this is 7th thing, right? Comparison is a killer. Comparison can be a killer. And here's what I mean by that, right? What's kind of like the first thing a lot of people do when they're looking up a video? They're trying to correlate and compare a person at a certain month benchmark in comparison to themselves at that same month benchmark. Understand that no 2 locks can be the same. It's just not possible. It's like a fingerprint. Nobody's going to be able to do the exact same thing. Nobody's going to be able to replicate the same amount of products or the same amount of response from health. No one's going to be able to elicit the exact same look. People don't have the same hair color. People don't have the same, genetics. It's comparing your locks to someone else's, especially based on time, is going to be an ineffective way to gauge where your lock journey is headed. If you're looking at someone's locks at 16 months and comparing them to yours at 16 months, even starting at the same length, you are going to set yourself up for failure to think that your journey somehow is more or less than another person's journey because it's not growing or it's growing. Try to avoid those things, you guys. Everyone's hair is different. Everyone's hair is different. Just because your hair is shorter than another person's hair at the 3-month mark when you guys start at the same length doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your locks. You could have a tighter curl pattern. You could have, genetics where your hair, is more prone to breakage. Your health could be worse than that other person. That person could be using a product or could be conditioning and you might not be conditioning. There's so many different variables when it comes to the output of your hair and how your hair is gonna grow. Get in your tunnel vision mode, find your regimen, and stay locked in. Your journey is your journey. Nobody's journey is gonna be like yours. Nobody can tell you exactly what your hair is gonna look like. Even the loctician that twists your hair up cannot guarantee what your hair is gonna look like. It's not like a haircut. It's not like we can just pick out a look in a catalog and say, yeah, this is what you're gonna look like right there. I want the number 5. Yeah, I want the number 5 locks right there. Yeah, I want mine just like that. Yeah, it don't work like that. It does not work like that. You have to embrace what your body and your hair is gonna, or your scalp is gonna produce, and love it. Just love it. And that's the beauty of the journey, man. Understand? Do not compare. Comparison can be a killer. All right. The last thing I want to give you before I end this video, because I believe it's pretty long right now. The last thing I want to give you guys is really more so a challenge. If you embark on this journey, I want to challenge you to give it a year. Just give it a year. You're gonna go through all your phases. You might not be fully mature after a year, but you're gonna go through all your phases. You're gonna have most of the information that you need, and you're gonna be at that crossroad where you can decide, hey, is this really what I wanna do? Or is this where I can kind of tap out? Give it a year. Far too often I see people starting and then they give it 3 months, they give it 5 months, maybe even 6 months to 8 months, and then they stop. If you're gonna start this, if you get those comb coils, if you get those interlocks, whatever you get, just try to give it a year. Just stay committed to the process, stay committed to the journey. Ask people questions, ask people like me questions, ask people like Dynasty TV or even Gunther the Great or Zaylock23 or Jimmy Got Soul, or go to pages like Locked and Dope or Lock Nation or Lock Living or Naturally Chic Locks. Like, go to these pages and ask questions, gather anecdotes if you can, because you just need to stay encouraged. I challenge you, if you start this journey, I challenge you to stay and stick to it for a year. I promise you, after that year, you have all the information, all the insight that you need, all the clarity that you need to make the decision that's best for you. But just give it a chance. Just give it a chance. I'm begging you on behalf of the lock community, if you start it, don't quit at that 3rd to 8th month mark. Make it to the year and then decide. All right. This has been an amazing video, you guys. I love the fact that I've been able to help, hopefully been able to help out somebody out there that is thinking about getting locks. I love the idea of that, because I can tell you, when I first got my locks, the first thing I did was come to YouTube. I looked for a video like this that was going to address some of the things that I was thinking about, some of the things that I was going through with my starter locks. So just please, if you have any more questions, or if there was something that I didn't address, let me know in the comment section below. Also, you guys, please, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the little subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so you are up to date with all of my content. If you want to know exactly when I'm posting my videos, hit that little bell, and every time I post, you'll get a notification. All right. Also, I am starting a Patreon account. All right. Now, I don't want this to come across like I'm begging. All right. But I think it's going to be key. It's going to be actually pivotal to the growth of this channel, to start cultivating a network of people that really want to help our channel get to the next level. Right now, you guys, I am sitting at over 500 subscribers. 500 subscribers. Dog, that's crazy, right? I started this channel, not too long ago, and I'm sitting here with half of 1,000. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to hit 1,000 before this year is over. I want to hit 1,000 before this year is over. So a part of what that Patreon account is going to be for marketing and ads, to help expand our reach and expand, really ultimately, the growth of this channel. That's really the goal at this point. I want 1,000 subscribers before it ends. And it's not because of just the number or the vanity of the number. It's because, quite honestly, guys, I believe that this content and the type of content I'm bringing is content that I really want more people to have. I want more people to be able to get this help. I want more people to be able to get the expedited response time. Like, anytime I get a comment, and if I haven't responded, please call me out. But anytime I get a comment, it's like the most exciting part of the day. It's like the highlight of the day. I want to respond to you guys. I want to hopefully help you guys with your journeys, and just start those journeys and feel confident in the spaces that you're going to start in. All right. So help me out. If you are somebody that wants to support, definitely click the link in the description. I'm going to have my Patreon account link in there. Again, if you don't give, I'm not tripping. It's okay. As we grow, it's just going to be something that I know I'm going to need to have moving forward, because I want to give everyone an opportunity who wants to support, that opportunity to support. And Patreon is going to be where we do it. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Over 500 subscribers right now. I think we're at 505. Thank you so much, guys. It's a tremendous blessing. Thank you for all your support. TP Locks, signing out.